Dad.
What about it?
Just tell her the story about you guys going and...
Oh, she's heard that.
I don't think she's heard that story.
I don't know if I have.
Either way, we can get it
Wally,
recorded.
tell her, Wally was your boyfriend and...
Well, yeah.
Right, okay, here you go.
He went to church and he played a trumpet. And we would go to Oakland for fellowship meetings.
Yeah.
And at that time, we had to ride the ferry to get to Oakland. So Wally took a load of young people over. And he sat next to me. And Arthur climbed in the front seat with us.
Oh my goodness.
By the time we got to Oakland, he was holding my hand.
Really?
And Wally just looked straight ahead.
Papa was holding
Wally
your
was
hand?
her boyfriend.
And
Oh.
Papa sneaked in there, made a move.
So did you like that? Were you like, oh, I like this
We
guy?
got on the boat, and all of them went to one side, and Arthur pulled me around the other side. And before
Really?
we got off the boat, he was kissed me.
Oh my goodness.
And what, Mom?
Huh?
And pulled you around the other side and what? And kissed you?
Yeah,
Was that the best kiss you had ever
I
had?
don't remember. It's been too long, but I know that happened.
Well, she married the guy. It
Well,
must have been a good kid.
You were smitten
And
after
then when
that.
we went home, Arthur got in
No,
the
she
front
was
seat.
smitten.
Smitten.
Smithing.
Wait,
That's a good one,
when
babe.
you got home, what? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
He got on the front seat, and he'd had me put my head on his shoulder.
Oh.
So by the time we got home, I never saw Wally again.
Oh my goodness.
And he
Wow.
never offered to take anybody.
It's a
in.
wonder that Wally didn't
Oh my goodness.
just get out of the car and go over and tell Dad off,
Well, he didn't say nothing. He didn't even turn his head.
She hasn't called me yet.
That's funny.
Okay, I'll call.
Wonder if he was just really intimidated by Papa. You know.
That must have been where you got it. You got it from your mother.
Uh-oh, we're gonna have to get a still of this.
I didn't know where you got that from, but now I know.
He's zooming in on you.
Well, Arthur had a really nice boyfriend. I still wonder what happened to him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was as tall as Arthur,
Yeah.
nice straight, and he took me and Arthur. Why he took Arthur, I don't know, but took us to his mother's house for chicken dinner. She lived down near Fresno.
Yeah.
We went that far, and this first time her chicken was wonderful. She used poultry seasoning,
Ooh.
and that's the first time I'd ever tasted
Heard of
poultry
that.
seasoning.
Yeah.
It was such a good dinner.
Huh.
And then going back home, I sat in the middle between Arthur and Forrest, and I had a hand in each guy's hand.
Oh my
Mother.
goodness.
A hand in each guy's what?
Where?
They really showed me my hand.
Oh my goodness. So what did you do?
Pretty cool.
Were you sitting there going, this is awkward?
It was. Where do I lay my head?
Oh my goodness. So what'd you do?
She went like
home
this.
that way.
Oh my goodness.
That's my love life.
Your love life.
But I still wonder what happened to Forrest, 'cause we never saw him after we got married.
Mom told me that story like last month. So I came home and Googled him to see if I could find him, but I couldn't. Nothing came up. She didn't know where he moved or anything afterwards. It would've been fun.
Papa probably told him, run, Forrest, run.
Yeah, good one, Haley.
You get that on film.
What do you think?
Funny.
That happened to Arthur before we got married.
Uh-oh.
He traveled with an evangelist, and he did the preaching, and Arthur did the singing. And they had quite a few meetings together. And one night they came home, and I can't think of what his name was. I can see him.
Johnny Clement?
He said, no, it wasn't Johnny. He said, Arthur, I got to tell you something, we're going to have to part. And Arthur looked at him surprised, and he said, I'm getting married, and I can't share that with you.
Oh my goodness.
So he had to go on his own.
Aw. Yeah, look at it. Mom.
So how old were you? Okay, the incident with Wally, that was obviously your first time with Dad.
Yeah,
right? How old were you then? Like maybe
about
you
16.
were 16.
Oh, I was 16 when my mom had my 16th birthday party. And that was, she came home the night before, and I didn't go to church because I had homework. She came home and she said, you should have gone to church tonight. And I said, what was special going on? She said, well, that young evangelist was there tonight. That singing evangelist. And I said, so what? He's got too many girlfriends. He doesn't need me.
Oh my goodness.
And there
So
was a girl from Fresno that was just crazy about him.
what?
A rich girl,
A rich girl.
yeah.
Huh?
Wow.
What was
Her parents
sorry.
had horses. What?
What was your 16th birthday party like? Was it all family and friends?
No,
was
it was just
it
young
dinner?
people from the church.
What, you guys had dinner, or did
No.
Grandma?
I don't know what she fixed.
Did she decorate special because it was your
yeah,
birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make you a cake.
He didn't look at me.
Who, Arthur?
Who?
No.
Really?
There was another girl there that he was,
Really?
yeah.
Uh-oh, she's gonna dream about him tonight. She's gonna be really angry.
You're gonna hear Mom the other night going, "Damn," with her into her pillow. You know,
He was
right?
friends to everybody.
Huh?
It was no big thing. But that was the first time I saw him.
Yeah. Okay, back to
I
the
never
night.
heard the story about it holding two guys' hands at the same time.
Yeah. I'll have to tell Andrew about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the day you were born, do you know how many hours of labor your mom was in? Was it a
Home birth.
home birth? Yeah. Who did she have with her? Do you know?
Mm.
I asked Mom the other day if she remembered what, like her first job, and Tom, what your first job was? You talking about the peaches?
Peaches, cutting peaches.
What'd you do?
Well, you got a box in front of you and you had to cut them in half and pit them.
Oh.
One lug after the other all day
Huh.
long.
And,
Did that make your hands cramp up?
oh yeah.
Huh. That
And
make-
right off the bat, I cut my finger.
Oh.
The pitter, it still have a scar.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Take a peach and rim it
And how
first,
old were
the whole
you
box
then?
of
How old were
peaches
you
rim.
at that point?
Then I was only about 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was just working on the ranch, I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Mom did too.
Yeah.
She worked out like that. And then when we had cantaloupes, Mom would I packed cantaloupes too. And those cantaloupes were beautiful. Now you pay $1.25 for. We got 25 cents a
Yeah.
cantaloupe if we were lucky. But we
And they
sold
were
them by the
sweeter
crate.
too.
Oh, they were wonderful.
Yeah, they're not sweet anymore.
Yeah.
And I nailed us. Mom would really nail the slats on, and then Dad would put them on a buggy, and we'd take them down to market in a wagon
Really?
with horses
Oh my
down the
goodness.
main street.
Wow.
And Dad would always buy me an ice cream before we went home.
Aw,
Wow.
Ice cream cone.
that's cool.
Yeah, that was the story of my life. We worked hard. I even tried picking cotton, but that was no good for me.
That's a big job.
No, I couldn't do it.
How old were you when you tried that?
Must have been not more than 10.
Oh wow.
And those sacks were big and it's dirty and
Yeah.
dusty.
It's about daily size.
And we never did, Dad never made anything on cotton.
Really?
He just tried everything. When he had cows, there was no sale for milk.
Mm.
That was during the Depression.
Yeah.
There was no sale for nothing.
But you guys, Mom has said before that you always had plenty of food
Yeah,
because
because we had
the
milk
ranch.
and cows and
Yeah.
cream and butter, all the butter we
Yeah.
wanted. And
Wow.
when Dad sold the milk, he always put a little extra money for me, if I wanted a popsicle or
Aw,
a school,
Yeah.
something different.
huh.
Were you an only kid, Grandma?
No, I had a brother, but he
Uncle
lived
Bud.
with Auntie.
So you were the only one there? Just
Until we went to school, my last year of school, he came home.
In high school.
Did you miss him when he was away?
No,
Right.
because they always had Sunday dinner with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
Auntie and Uncle Bert and Bud.
Huh. Well, that's fun.
Have you told Haley the story about you and Dad in the car? And
Oh yeah, that
And-
was a
and-
funny one.
yeah, tell Haley that one.
Yeah, tell me. I don't know if I know this
We
one.
had a driveway, like the main road was this way. And our driveway came down this way and went clear around to the barn, then came back up where the garage was. And Arthur always parked on this side of the garage. There's a sidewalk there to the house. And he always came when, I always went out to tell him goodbye.
Yeah.
And we were sitting in the car. I got
And
out.
you were just talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You weren't kissing
And-
or nothing?
No, you always kiss me goodbye. But Dad would. Arthur drove out to the main part of the road, and Hop was in the back seat.
Oh my goodness.
He said, "Sonny, let me out of here."
Can you imagine you and Andrew sitting in our driveway and me being in the back seat of his truck?
Were you embarrassed?
I didn't know anything about it.
I
But-
would have been so embarrassed. Oh
They
my
came back
goodness.
to the house, and both of them were just laughing their heads off.
Oh my goodness.